I look over as soon as I come up the stairs, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Toronto Unicorn. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, okay, I'm like, okay, compose yourself, like, you know? And then I'm like, I look at her, and I just, like, I see this, like, beautiful angel, these, like, beautiful big, like, Victoria's Secret wings behind her, God. like a hallelujah moment. And I'm like, wow, this is the lady that introduced me to this lifestyle. And what are the chances that she's gonna be here today?
Yeah.
This is a sign from everybody, from the whole universe, from all gods, from Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's also about finding people who laugh at your sexual jokes, who think that they'll high five you if you fuck 3 men in the same night, right? Like, we want people who celebrate our life choices and stop adding resistance to our lives. And so that's why I love this lifestyle, because people accept people and their bodies and their jokes, and as long as you are not, not, as long as you're not being judgmental of others, you're accepted for the most part.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Oh, am I gonna have to, because I'm going to a sex club, does it mean I have to have sex? No. Yeah. I could stay fully clothed and watch.
Yeah.
I could just go there and have a drink and not do anything. Or I could have fucking 5 gangbangs and suck all that dick I want, and have DPs and have anal. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And the bartender's going to treat you the same no matter what.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to treat you the same.
Yeah. And I think for me is, I like to help people's first experience at the sex club. I don't care so much about the sex. I'm more about the social, because I know how hard it is, especially as a single person, to even go out to a restaurant alone and have dinner. And I came from that place too. And then to go from that to go to a sex club where you don't know anyone, you don't even know the culture, it can be a lot. And so for me, my mission after a few years in this lifestyle is to help people like you find this fucking lifestyle, so that you don't get stuck in vanilla world's idea of erotic entertainment, and forever be freed, right? And that's just it, is the rest of your journey is yours. You don't ever have to walk back into a sex club and you're still forever changed, because you don't have to live under the rules of sex, especially under the shame fucking umbrella of sex, where people are like, what's your body count? And then they'll judge you accordingly. Like, it's like
I hate that.
Oh my God.
It's such a double standard, because it's fine if men have 70.
I know, and it's based on really faulty shit. Like, it's really like this idea that the vagina can't sustain the opening and closing, and so it'll just keep getting bigger. And I just think that's like a scare tactic. Yep. It's like when our, certain people told us a puppy would die if you jerked off. Those are the people that try to scare you away from sex.
Yep.
Right? And like, I was part of the cultural conditioning that was like, oh, what's your number? Is it over this? Well, you're a whore. A whore is a bad thing, right? Blah, 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 blah. But when you decide that sex is no longer going to be used to shame you, it doesn't matter what your fucking number is.
Oh my God. That's such a liberating moment.
It's
for
true.
Anybody.
It's true, because I look at my own friends differently, because I'm not looking through the same judgmental lens as my cultural conditioning ingrained in me as, oh, that girl had 2 men in the same night, she's a whore, and a whore is a bad thing. See how I kept bumping that? Because also being a whore isn't a bad thing. It's culturally conditioned to be a bad thing, to scare women into not having sex because of the shame of it. But one of the most empowering things people will ever learn is that when you stop accepting people's shame that they throw at you, there's very little that they can do about it. And you can just live your fucking life.
That's it. And this is what this is about. If it wasn't for this lifestyle, I wouldn't know doming, subbing, pegging, bukkake. I'm going to be honest with you. I had to Google bukkake. Yeah. When I found out that a Tuesday night at Oasis is bukkake night, I was like, what is this? And then when I Googled it, I was like, holy shit, I want to see this for myself.
Yeah. That's why I share my stories. That's why I do what I do. Is because I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. It's not like I get a commission from people who go to Oasis. I just want people who are not meant to be contained in vanilla mainstream world to free themselves, use that key, let themselves out, and live a shame-free existence of sexual exploration. And it's a beautiful thing, and it can be ethical. You can be a moral, high-functioning member of society and get gangbanged. I have met many of them, including someone that's your kindergarten teacher. So
Yeah,
it's just, we're really great people who just have sexual liberation.
This has only been a small sample of my interview with Amelia. You can catch the 58-minute podcast episode, number 40, on Sex and Swinging with Toronto Unicorn.